For today's video guys, gusto ko sanang mag-react dito sa isang post na nakikita ko online. Nakita ko siya sa Facebook, nakita ko na rin siya sa Reddit, and there are some things na I agree and there are things na I disagree. And sasabihin ko sa inyo kung ano ang position ko about this. So, ang sabi niya, using SPay later can drain your credit score. Ha? Totoo ba to? Yan ang pag-usapan natin today. So, samahan niyo ako. Sit back and let's discuss. Coming right up. Hi guys, this is Pat and you're in Pat Quintos Review TV. So if you're new to my channel, I do reviews about personal finance na meron na akong experience or meron na akong knowledge na ginawa ko na yan ng videos and playlists na makikita nyo dito sa taas. At kung bago kayo dito sa channel ko, you may want to consider subscribing to my channel. Okay guys, so hindi natin ilalagay yung mukha niya at saka pangalan niya for the sake ng security niya. It's just that I find this post interesting to agree and to disagree to some points na mga sinabi niya. So, basically, ang sabi niya dito is that kapag gumagamit ka daw ng SPay later mo, nakakababa ng inyong credit score. Kasi yun yung title niya, Using SPay later can drain your credit score. Ito yung mga points niya. So, sabi niya, the credit you're using on your SPay later is a loan applied from different lenders, meaning nag-a-apply sa Shopee ng loan para sa inyo, ginagamit ni Shopee ang info mo para mag-apply ng loan sa lenders at yun yung ginagamit mo sa SPay later. Yung pagkaka-position, I think, is hindi naman ganon ang nangyayari. Not necessarily na si Shopee gumagamit ng information mo. Well, ikaw as a user ang nag-apply for an SPay later. And basically, merong mga third party na provider ng loan, 'di ba? Katulad ng TikTok Pay Later, ng Lazada Pay Later, or even sa GCash, 'di ba? Sa GCash, yung nagpo-provide ng loan service nila, pwedeng si Uno Bank, pwedeng si CIMB, and si Fuse Lending, pwede rin sila. So, not necessarily na si Shopee maglo-loan para sa inyo gagamitin ang pangalan mo. Hindi. So, para ka nag-set up ng isang event, Bancheto, ganyan.
Ikaw gusto mong magtinda dito ka sa pwesto ko. Ayan, sige.
Tapos may mga tao pupunta diyan sa inyo. Parang ganon. Not necessarily si Shopee ang nag-loan para sa inyo. Ikaw pa rin ang nag-loan kay C-Money or kay CIMB. I think hindi maganda yung unang point na to. Okay, next is facilitator lang si Shopee and agreement ay between you, borrower, and the lender, which is correct. Tama naman po. Every time nagagamit kayo ng SPay later, magkakaroon po yan ng agreement na nandun po yung details ng inutang nyo, sino yung lender, anong pangalan, address, and then sino yung borrower, etc. Tama naman po siya doon. If you have multiple purchases, that will also mean Shopee will apply multiple loans to multiple lenders. Hindi naman necessarily ganun. Sinasabi ko nga po na ikaw po yung gagamit nung service ng SPay later na provided nung lender na yon. So, ikaw po yung nangutang. So, every time na gagamit ka ng SPay later, sa akin, provided ni C-Money. So, every time na gagamit ako ng SPay later, nangungutang ako kay C-Money. Si Shopee, ano lang siya, software lang siya, parang venue lang siya para mag-meet kami ni C-Money. Parang ganun. Sabi niya dito, no matter how much of a good payer you are, opening a multiple loans will have an effect on your credit score. Which, I agree. Tama naman po. Every time na magkakaroon kayo ng loan contract with financial institution or lending institution na nagre-report kay CIC, then magkakaroon ng reporting yan kay CIC. Ibig sabihin nun, kunyari, SPay later ka ng 100 pesos dahil zero interest siya, babayaran mo within 1 month, di ba? Well, kasama yung loan na yon na maire-report. So, meaning, kung marami kang in-order dahil 4-4 nung April 4, dahil sa 4-4 promotion, magkakaroon ka ng maraming microloans sa inyong credit report. May dalawang result lang naman yan. Pwedeng mapaganda niyan ang credit score mo or pwedeng mapapangit. Okay, mapaganda. Let's say wala kang ibang utang at yan lang ang activity mo. So, it can help boost your credit score dahil nagkakaroon ng activity, or kung marami ka namang utang, marami kang credit card, may last pay later ka pa, may TikTok Pay Later ka pa, tapos may SPay later ka na marami kang niloan din, yes, it could be a red flag sa mga other institution or lending institution na magpapautang sa inyo. Kasi magkakaroon sila ng impression na marami kang utang, marami kang pinag-uutangan. So sabi niya, I have lots of transaction using SPay later. I don't know na makakasama pala ito. As you can see, I had total of 67 closed loan accounts and 4 active loans. Kaya pala ang hirap mag-apply sa credit card kahit gaano kataas sahod at kaayos magbayad. Let's correct that. Hindi ibig sabihin na mataas ang sahod mo, mataas na ang chances mo ma-approve ng credit card. Hindi siya ganon. Kung wala kang ibang record, magsisimula ka pa lang, bagong graduate ka, tapos mataas ang sahod mo, there is high chance pa rin na ma-disapprove ka sa credit card. Bakit? Kasi wala kang credit transaction. Yung credit score mo is magsisimula sa mababa. Nasa 500 or 600 ka yata magsisimula if wala kang kahit na anong credit activity. Also, you can really never tell naman talaga kung ano yung reason kung bakit ka nade-deny sa credit card application mo. You can only assume na yan yung reason, pero banks will never tell you the real reason kung bakit ka nade-deny ng credit card. So now, at least, nabigyan natin ng clarity yung iba niyang sinasabi, which is, sabi ko nga, I agree and somehow disagree dun sa ibang item na sinabi niya. Ito, may in-enumerate siya na effects daw ng bad credit score or low credit score, which is tama naman. Okay, pero magre-react tayo dito. Okay, sabi niya, higher interest rate. Yes, the lower your credit score, the higher interest you're getting. The higher your credit score, the lower the interest. Kasi kung mataas ang credit score mo, sa isipin ng mga creditor ay hindi mataas ang risk mo mag-default. Hindi ka tatakbo sa utang dahil may capacity ka to pay. Pero kung mababa naman ang credit score mo, mataas ang risk na pagpautang sa'yo. Thus, tinataasan nila ang interest. Number 2, loan and credit card rejection. Yes, tama naman po yun. There is likely a chance talaga na ma-decline ka sa inyong credit card application or loan application. There are just some exceptions. So, if you build a relationship with a bank, then yung relationship na yan is being taken into consideration. Ano ibig sabihin? Kunyari, nag-open ka ng savings sa traditional bank, maintain mo yung bank account mo doon, nakikita nila kung magkano ang pumapasok na pera, and etc. Thus, yung relationship na yon na na-build mo would open up sa mga credit services, sa credit card, sa loan, yan, sa housing loan, and sa auto loan. Naging additional factor yung relationship mo with the bank, even if sabihin natin na meron kang hindi magandang credit score. So, if in case na meron kayong mababang credit score, I just highly suggest na maintain a good relationship with your traditional banks. Na-mention ko na sa inyo na binigyan ako ni BDO ng platinum na credit card, di ba? It's because yung relationship na na-build ko with BDO. Okay, number 3, higher insurance premium. Not necessarily. Paano ko nasabi? Yan, nung inaalok ako ng insurance, binigyan na kagad nila ako ng calculation. Without me applying, typing my name, etc., may information. Meron na kagad akong quotation kung magkano yung premium na babayaran ko. Thus, hindi sila makapag-check ng credit score kasi kailangan ng explicit approval ko na pwede silang mag-check ng aking credit score. So, di ba? So, hindi na factor yung pag-check ng credit score. Dahil meron na kagad quotation sa akin at wala namang explicit approval na pwede nilang i-check ang credit score ko. Number 4, difficulty in renting a home. Landlords often check credit score. Parang hindi naman. For someone to check your credit score is they need to be an accessing entity with CIC or kung CIC man yan or sa TransUnion. Pero kung hindi sila accessing entity, hindi sila registered, hindi sila makaka-access. And also again, they need the explicit approval from you for background checking with your credit score. Okay, employment issues. Yes, this is true. So there are companies that do background check even your financial capabilities or your credit score. Hindi ko na lang talaga alam kung ano yung process nila about it, but nung nagtatrabaho ako, alam ko na subject din ako sa credit investigation, credit check ng company na pinag-applyan ko. But I don't know if they're accessing yung credit score during that time kasi sabi ko nga kailangan ng explicit na approval ko and wala akong matandaan, pero kung meron, baka meron nga. Okay, security deposit. Utility companies or cellphone providers may require deposit. Parang lahat naman po may security deposit, 1 month advance. Kahit sa Meralco 1 month bill yung security deposit. Parang gano'n naman po, hindi naman po dahil sa credit score. Limited financial flexibility. You may have fewer options for building wealth, refinancing debt, or getting approved for a business loan. Which is true. Kapag mababa yung credit score mo, mahirapan ka mag-refinance kung kailangan mo or maghanap ng business loan. Okay. Sabi niya dito, many people not realize that SPayLater isn't simply giving them a credit line like a traditional credit card. Instead, they are actually applying for multiple small loans on behalf of the user. Something that's not immediately obvious and it's buried in the fine print. Again, ang nag-apply po ng loan ay yung nangungutang directly dun kay SeaMoney or kung sino man ang nagpo-provide ng loan, hindi po si Shopee. Again, si Shopee ay isang software avenue for the third party na mag-provide ng lending service sa loob ng Shopee. And it's true that SPayLater is not a credit card, and those multiple microloans can really have an effect on your credit score. But the thing here is, in totality of this post, sana hindi siya nag-concentrate sa SPayLater. Sana sinabi niya yung mga microloans could affect your credit score. Hindi yung sinisingle out niya yung SPayLater. Kasi SPayLater, TikTok Pay Later, Last Pay Later, yung bilis na every time na gumagamit ka ng Scan to Pay, may loan contract yan. Ganun din. So, not necessarily si SPayLater lang, but yeah, almost every one na nag-offer ng microloans, yan, mga buy now, pay later, na nagre-report sa CIC would have an effect on your credit score. So, sana medyo naliwanagan kayo about this post. And again, it's not something na mali siya, but there are just some items na naniniwala ako na kailangan lang i-clarify. And that, I think the whole point of the post is that having a microloan could have an effect on your credit score. Yun lang naman yung feeling kong point niya talaga. Okay, so for our question of the day, dahil nanonood ka sa aking mga videos, ano talaga yung reason mo kung bakit mo inaalagaan ang inyong credit score? Bakit ka conscious about your credit score? Let me know sa comment section sa baba at may chance kang manalo ng 1,000 pesos sa ating weekly GCash giveaway. Yun lamang po for today's video, but before we end this video, mag-shoutout po muna tayo at shoutout kay at King Lopez W8Z. Sabi niya, thanks for sharing Sir Pat, medyo mahigpit pala si Tonic sa mga cash loan. Meron personal call for verification, comparing sa ibang platform, wala. Good luck and more power. God bless. At King Lopez, shoutout po sa inyo. Thank you so much po sa panonood at pagsuporta ng aking mga videos. And salamat po sa pag-appreciate nyo po ng content na ginagawa ko. Thank you so much. I hope you can like this video, leave a thumbs up, and if not, wala namang problema dyan, but continue to support me by subscribing to my channel by clicking the subscribe button and also the bell button sa subscribe para makareceive kayo ng latest notification sa lahat ng upload ko. Again guys, this is Pat Quinto and you're in Pat Quinto's Review TV. Bye-bye!